SPSS for beginners. SPSS is basically divided into two sections. We have the data view section and the variable view section. So basically in the data views section, this is where we visualize the variables which we have input in the variable view section and also do some basic data entry. But in the variable view section, this is where data entry and variables in your dataset are given meaning. So basically, we shall try and enter data in SPSS and you'll grasp the concept which I'm trying to introduce you to. So first thing in my dataset, I have surname of my respondent in a certain survey which I did. So I just put in the name, variable name as surname. So the variable name is the surname. The type of the variable, usually in most cases, define the type of the variable name which you have input. Is it a surname, a numeric, or a string? In most cases, nouns are string variable. So surnames are string variable. So I will come to where it is written numeric and convert and take it to the string, since surname is a string variable. So I will just maintain a width of 8, or you can adjust it to the width of 11 in the surname. So when this is where in the variable, as I told you earlier, is where we try and give variable meaning. So the decimal point in the surname is actually 0. The label, this is where we usually give a short description of our data. So a short description is just a short sentence describing what surname refer. So this one is surname. You just write. Always remember to use small letters in SPSS. So we just write surname of respondent. So in the label, we just give a short description of our dataset of our variable name. So actually in the variable, so in the surname we do not have values, but I will show you what are values when we reach to where we need to attach value in our variable name or in the dataset which we have. So the second variable name, it is gender. So the gender of our respondent is the second variable name. So is gender a string or numeric? In most cases, your gender, you are either a male or a female, basically. So these, I think those are the recognized type of gender, male or female. They are just strings. So you just come here and take them to string. Then and then click OK. After getting there, we just adopt a width of 8, or you can adjust it to the width of your choice. We just click and adjust the width if we will need. I think we do not have any decimal, so the width just represent the characters which are contained in your variable name. So in my variable name, surname contained 7 characters, gender contained around I think how many characters? Around 6 characters. So in the decimal, we just maintain a decimal of 0 in the gender. So the label we just input gender of, so it's just a short description of your variable name, gender of respondent. So the value which we need to attach is either the gender is male or female. Instead, it is so tedious in our dataset putting male or female, so you just attach male and female values. You just come here, we just give value 1, and the label will be male, and then click add and then click OK. You just come and put the second gender, maybe it's female, and come and put value 2 to represent female, and the label will be named as female, and then click add and then put OK. So that is how we use the variable section in our dataset in SPSS. So missing value and column and alignment, measurement and row, you don't need further knowledge in the introduction, but it is fair enough to do your research. So the third variable name is age. Always remember to use more letter. So is your age a string or a numeric? Obvious, your age is a numeric since your age is defined by numbers. Then I think in the age we can just respect a decimal point of 0 and then give a short description of the age. You just input age of respondent as this rainbow. So in the rainbow we just give a short description of our data set. We don't need to attach any value in the age. So the second variable name is smokers. So we ask our respondent if they are smokers or non-smokers. You just input smokers. So is smokers a numeric or a string? So it is a string variable, since they are either smoker or non-smoker. It is somehow, in most cases, is just qualitative. So we just put string and then put OK. Then I think width of it is a bit fair, as it is given by default by SPSS. Then in the variable we just input smokers respondent. I think we don't need to attach any value. We need to attach values because we have smokers and non-smokers. So we just come here and click here. So value 1, you give them smokers. So we give smokers value 1. So value 1 will represent smokers, and then click add, and then click OK. Click again and put value 2. Value 2 will give non-smokers, and then click add, and then click OK. So in the variable view you can now see we are just trying to give these variable name meaning, or just giving these variables meaning. So when we are doing analysis, we have given these variables meaning. So these people, we collected their hormone before they were injected with a certain hormone boost. So we put hormone before. So hormone before. So is hormone measured? Any measurement we usually measure in numeric. So we just maintain numeric and maintain a decimal of 2, but you can adjust the decimals based or by the level of your data set. So if you limit your decimal to 2 when you try to input any data in the data view, so this is where we'll be doing some data entry. You'll notice if you have limited yourself with 2 decimal point, you'll not be able to input more than 2 decimal point when you're inputting your data set. So you just give a short label in this data set. So we input hormone before of respondent. Do we need to attach any value? Actually no. You can see how it is simple to give this variable meaning. You just do a simple thing and give these variables meaning, and when you just putting data, it will be very simple. So you just put hormone after. Is it a numeric or a string? It is actually a numeric. We just maintain a decimal of 2 as given by default by SPSS, and also maintain a width of it. So you just give a short description of your data set. So this one is hormone after of respondent. Do you need to attach any values? Actually no. So this is where now you notice what I told you, that in the data view we are able to visualize the already given meaning variables in the software. So let us come to the data view. Now see, these one have been given labels. So we have surname, gender, age, smoker, hormone before and hormone after, and now you can be able to input surnames now in your software. So my first surname in my data set was Robbins was my first client here, or my first respondent. My third respondent, remember to use more letter, was MC Gregor. My third respondent was Karma. My fourth respondent was Harrison. Harrison Henry. This name is too long, so if your name fails to be written based on the number of characters which you limit yourself in the variable view, when try to give these variables, meaning you just increase the width of the characters of the surname. Let me adjust it up to 15 to be able to input this whole name. So you come back to the data view, and now I can write this name, Harrison Henry, and SPSS will not limit me again. So that is how you can do and increase the character in SPSS. So my field respondent was Harrison, so you can put your respondent and up to the number of respondents you have. So gender, as you remember, we said female is represented by value 2 and male is represented by value 1. So Robin was female. Robins, you give her value 2. Harrison was a male, you give him value 1. Karma was a male, you give him value 1. Harrison Henry was a female, you give her value 2. And Elder was a male, you give him value 1. So their age is as follows. Robin is 32 years old. MC Gregor is 33 years old. Karma is 38 years old. Harrison is 51 years old. And Elder is 44 years old. So all my respondents, miraculously, they were all non-smokers. As you remember, non-smokers, we give them value 2. So Robin was a non-smoker, MC Gregor was a non-smoker, Karma was also a non-smoker, Harrison Henry was also a non-smoker, and Elder was also a non-smoker. So their hormone, before they were injected with this vaccine or this hormone to either tamper their weight or what it was tampering with. So for instance, let's take it was weight. The weight of Harrison was 94.558 before the vaccine. That one of MC Gregor was 106.12. You can see if I try to tamper with the decimal points, it will not be able to be tampered with, since I have limited myself with 2 decimal points. So if I want to continue, so Karma weight was 88. No. Let me check here in the variable view, which how I limit myself with how many decimals. So I limited myself with 2 decimals. So let me come back. So Karma weight was before was 88.11, and that one of Harrison was 83.62, and that of Elder was 72.31. So their hormone, after they were injected with this hormone, that one for Robins was 88.79, and that one for MC Gregor was 78.25, and that one for Karma was 102.45, and that one for this guy named as Harrison was 63.82, and this one for this guy called error was 77.50, and this is how now we are now already having data in the SPSS. So what now we need is just to do some basic analysis, but in order to make this video short and somehow enjoyable, let's meet in the next video where I show you how you can generate graphs and do some analysis in SPSS. Kindly, if you need notes and also these materials which I'm using, data materials, kindly click the link under the description, which will take you to a WhatsApp group where you will be safe and be able to download these materials, notes, and also example application question which I have, so that you can download them and try and do some basic data entry. Also, don't forget to watch the video popping up so that you know you can watch the next video on how to do some basic data analysis in SPSS. Also comment about what you need us to do, or the video which you can like me to create on how to based on SPSS. Thank you for watching. Kindly don't forget to give the video a thumb up so that you will not be missing out when we upload this wearing content on SPSS. Thank you for watching. Bon appetit.